Music is one thing that has stood the test of time. It can be used to soothe people's emotions, get them hyped, and even as a form of communication. One problem of today is the fact that music is being pirated online. Musicians of this generation have to worry about this growing problem. There are many forms of attaining good music. We asked some people about theirs, and here is what they said.
Well, my favorite form of obtaining music is probably to get it on vinyl, because I just think it's like, it's a special thing, the connection you have with a vinyl.
My favorite form of obtaining music is to just go on YouTube and just search bands that I like to listen to, and I used to just burn CDs illegally off of like websites like LimeWire, but those got taken down, so now I'm just on YouTube all day.
My favorite form of obtaining music is through iTunes because I find it easier access.
My favorite way of obtaining music would probably be in a bit of a legal gray area online, downloading it online.
My favorite format of music is vinyl, and I have to go to record stores to do that, and that's my favorite form because it's a nice piece of artwork that I can hold on to for however long I have it.
While some had actual means of getting their music in record stores, many said it was very common for people to use the internet. This has caused problems. In 2000, the famous metal band Metallica discovered that their music was being downloaded without their permission on the internet sharing site Napster. They soon pressed charges against Napster and many universities for not blocking their website on their servers. Drummer of Metallica, Lars Ulrich, gave a statement to the Senate Judiciary Committee regarding copyright infringement on July 11th of 2000. In 2001, they ended up settling out of court. This may seem like the end of internet music, but it's just the beginning. We asked our interviewees if they use the internet to get music, and it is unanimous.
I use the internet to stream music via Spotify or Pandora or other internet-like streaming services just because they still pay the artists, whereas illegal downloading does not. So I do not use the internet for illegal downloads.
Yes, I do. I used to a lot more, but now it's not as much.
I do, yes, I get most of my music off there, but it's not my favorite form.
Yes, I use the internet to obtain music.
Now that we know that they all use internet in some way to get music, do they think it is the normal way for our generation to get music?
I think the normal way is definitely off of the internet, because it's just easy and it's for the most part free, and I think our generation likes things that are free.
I think as of right now, it is through downloading sites because our generation wants it now and we want it quickly and easily, so oftentimes we go to downloading websites.
By iTunes and buying each album separately.
I would say downloading it in some way, not necessarily illegally because there's iTunes and stuff like that, but I would say by download because it's easiest and it's quickest.
I feel like all too much people my age are downloading illegally just because it's such an easy convenience, and any more people aren't really listening to albums as much as they are just songs, so they're downloading just songs.
It is the normal way to get music according to the people we interviewed. This can be both negative and positive. The internet helps local bands make it to the big time because you can listen to their music anywhere you are, creating less dependency on booking agents and record companies. At the same time, the bands making music don't necessarily make money with their music. The negatives outweigh the positives because, for the most part, people think musicians should make money.
It is very important for the artists to get paid for their work, because without that payment, they would have no motivation to do what they do, and they would have no way of continuing to provide us with the music that we listen to.
I think the artist should get paid because most of the time a musician doesn't really have much to fall back on. Usually, sometimes they do, but I think it's fairly important that they get paid?
I think it's important that the artist gets paid, and I think they make a decent wage off of their concerts and merchandising. I think a lot of the money that's comes from a record that you buy in a store more or less goes to the record company, which I don't necessarily think is that important. So, I mean, I feel like they should be getting more for what their music is, but it's really something they can't really change.
I'd say it's important that they get paid, which is why I think it's important that they get paid because, you know, it's their work. And whenever I download music, I try to like maybe go out and buy a poster or something by them, or at least buy some of their albums so that I don't feel so bad.
Now that it is decided musicians should get paid, we have to look at the previous generations. They didn't really have to deal with this problem.
Previous generations didn't have the luxury of the internet, so they would actually go out and they would buy compact cassettes or vinyls, because that was the only choice they had. And because of this, they may have only listened to one of the songs, but the artist was still reimbursed.
Well, it's really different because this generation doesn't go to record stores anymore. So they really miss out on like being exposed to new things, because while you're browsing a record store, you see other things that are in maybe the same type of music you like, and it really keeps people more focused on one group or one style.
Differs in a lot of ways because previous generations would have to, you know, go out and buy the music physically. While we can still do that, a lot of people, I'm sure, prefer to just get it on their laptop in the comfort of their own home.
Previous generations used to, you know, make it was a whole thing, you know, go to the record store and buy get a fresh record, but now it's, you can just sit at home and you're on the computer, and it kind of takes away from what it used to be.
People have realized this problem, and different programs that charge the listener to pay the artist have been developed, such as Spotify or iTunes. You can see the dominance iTunes has on the digital music market. As of 2011, digital music has surpassed the selling music hard copies, according to Paste Magazine. Even though you can buy music online or in stores, and there are programs that pay the artist, we will never be able to completely get rid of music thefts. A problem not seen by previous generations, but a problem current musicians have to deal with.